their way back, the others will be able to steer the ship without you, correct?
Yes, they won't be steering anything, to be precise, because Gertrude flies on her own as soon as the coordinates have been set. He thanks you, Tealor Aranthiel. Any other Grand Master would have laughed at him, but you have listened instead. Now he will be the first of his people to meet the Ancient Fathers. It is hard to believe that. Walk blessed, and all the best for your fight.
Thank you. The others are expecting you. Ah, and there's one more thing. This amulet belonged to my son. I want you to have it. Wear it or not, the choice is yours. Now leave. And do not disappoint me.
Zol's brooch. The cooldown of talents is reduced by 20%. I don't use talents, so that's fine.
Welcome aboard. How are things going? Are you ready?
Yes, let's begin.
Well then. All aboard! Then raise the ramp! She's taking off! And there we go. Good. Very good.
Incredible.
Fly!
He's a bit bouncy. Meet with Jaspar on the starship's deck. I'm going to talk to others first.
Here. How are you?
Or go to sleep. I just hope we'll find what we're looking for up there.
We will. I'm positive. Well, did you want something in particular, or are you just looking for some company?
The Grandmaster told me that you've been researching the Star People's culture for decades. Why? You're not a starling yourself.
You're right. But on the other hand, do you have to be a mummy in order to dedicate yourself to archaeology? The starlings. I have been fascinated by them since I was a child. You must know, their technology is so powerful that if they wanted to, they could probably conquer the entire civilized world with it. But they don't. And why? Because they all share the same dream instead.
The dream of fulfilling the old prophecies and returning home.
Exactly. A place without war or hunger, where all are born equal and enjoy the same rights, regardless of their standing in society. And for some reason, this thought has fascinated me as much as the starlings themselves do. Call it a fantasy, but if there is such a place, if it really is like the old legends, we'd be able to learn so much from the ancient fathers. And, well, there it is, the answer to your question. I suppose that this naive hope is the reason for my interest in the Star People's culture.
Do you believe that such a society even possible? Is even possible?
Well, that is a good question. I guess we'll have to wait until we find one. Anyway, let us continue our conversation at a later time, shall we? I want to enjoy the night sky. Who knows how many more chances we will have.
Quite a view, isn't it? I really wish the war and the High Ones weren't casting shadows over all of this. This world can be so beautiful.
We're a long way above the clouds.
Yes? What do you want?
What do you think is waiting for us in the Star City?
Well, peace, hopefully. Forgive him, but he has no better answer.
You have my respect. To be honest, I doubted that this machine would actually be able to fly.
Yes, he had his doubts too. Yet do not admire him, but rather those who came up with the schematics for this ship. Every single piece of Gertrude is based on the research of hundreds, maybe thousands of brave, starling researchers.
We've been airborne for more than a day now. About when will we arrive?
It will take some more time. Use it to stretch your legs or to talk to your friends. You will know when it is time.
Okay.
It's a crazy world, isn't it?
What do you mean?
On our way to a forgotten city in the clouds, and I'm part of it. It just sounds surreal. But anyway, it's good that you're here. I wanted to talk to you. Do you have a second?
I wouldn't be here if I didn't. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. Would I?
You have a point there. How should I put it? I wanted to thank you. I'm not sure if you know it, but all that's happened since I plucked you out of that thicket on the Sun Coast, it did something to me. I think I've understood something, as corny as it may sound.
What?
It's hard to put into words. You know, I still believe what I told you that time we met at the Dancing Nomad. That we all act as we do because we hope it makes us happy. But somehow, in no small part thanks to my father, I've always considered responsibility and being happy to be contradictory. But actually, that's wrong. It's the exact opposite. In order to be truly content, we need connection. To a person, to a cause, to anything. If you never find that, you'll never find yourself.
Well, that's certainly a change of tune compared to what you said in Silver Cloud. We're born alone and we die alone.
Yeah, I said that. And I still think it's true to an extent. You're on your own if you want to be. I'm responsible for what happened to Adela and to Licia, because I never wanted to be responsible. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But I can't change what happened. I'll just have to live with that.
So what you're essentially saying is we all need something to live for, right?
Maybe. Maybe not. In the end, I can only speak for myself. The fact is, though, that I don't know, that it feels like I owe this world to be right here, right now. As part of something momentous. And I like how that feels. That surprises me. No matter how all this ends, I will have no regrets. The same goes for our friendship. That's what I wanted to tell you. Despite all the trouble we got ourselves into, I'm glad that our paths crossed. For whatever reason they did.
The feeling's mutual.
Thanks. But anyway, enough of this sentimental babble for now. You should probably rest a little. Who knows what awaits us up there?
I just realised we haven't talked to Carlia for a while. And she's not on the ship with us, so... What was my choice now? Ah, maybe she is. I didn't realise she was.
Saira, how are...
Just as I was thinking of it.
Okay, let's just skip the small talk. I was never good at that. I wanted to see you because there's something I need to show you. Follow me. I couldn't sleep, so I used the chance to take a look around. The thought that Carmine did this all by himself, it's incredible. It would take a Enderalian craftsman at least 5 years to do this.
It is pretty impressive for one person to do all
So,
this.
are you ready?
This must be where the ship's machinery is, isn't it?
Yeah, but just bear with me. You'll be surprised. Ready to go in?
I guess so.
Good.
I did try to go in earlier, but I couldn't, so... Why am I only walking?
Carmine told me this place. This sphere is what keeps us, and it draws its energy from the water. Crystal water, that's what he called it. I just had to see it for myself. It's beautiful, don't you think?
It's stunning, yes.
In any case,
He just can't believe it. No, he just can't believe it.
oh damn.
Let me guess. We shouldn't be down here?
No, quickly, run. That should do it. Now, wait a second.
What part of vertical didn't you understand? He thinks his instructions were clear. Stay here. Do nothing. But no. You decide to run around the ship and open whatever door crosses your path. And no, don't look at him like that. Next time, there will be consequences.
Can't see anyone.
Well, okay.
Saved by the bell, I guess.
Yes.
Yes?
Saira, that... I just...
What is it?
By the name of the sun, I just can't believe it. Here we are, on a mission to save mankind, and instead of sharpening our weapons and talking gloomily, we play hide and seek like two little kids who just stole an apple from their neighbor. That's just bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it is.
Anyway, I guess we're safe down here, at least for a while. Actually, I don't mind. This place, it makes me feel serene. Lets you forget why we're here.
That's true. What happened to you, by the way? You seem different.
Do I? In a good or bad way?
I don't really want to say in a good way, because that means that she wasn't something good in the past. It's just different. Unfamiliar.
Not just for you. You know, Saira, I've been thinking about what happened in the castle and the talk we had after that.
Yeah? What's your conclusion?
Well, Do you remember when I said that I should maybe just give up and accept that I'll never be able to fully control that thing inside me? You tried to comfort me, and told me that what happened in the castle was just an accident, and that with just enough tenacity, I could make sure it would never happen again. At first I was grateful, but then I thought about it and realized that there was actually some truth in what I had said. You know, all my life, I've tried to kill that part of me because it made me feel despicable. And every time I failed, I hated myself for it and thought that I was just too weak. But that was the wrong way to look at it from the very start.
Yep.
This thing, the only way to truly kill it would be to kill myself. And I can't and won't do that.
Good.
Not now, when there's so much at stake, nor in the future if there is one.
So, what you're trying to say? What are you trying to say? That you're going to let it run free?
No, I won't let it harm anyone ever again. But I'll accept that it's a part of me. You know, Saira, what good did all the self-loathing ever... I've been dealt a tough hand, and with that thing and these urges inside of me, I'll never be like the others. I think that's the best, maybe the only way to deal with something like this. Accept it, as despicable as it may be, because it is part of who you are. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not deluding myself. Living with this thing will be something I have to wrestle with for the rest of my life. There will always be moments of weakness when it will try to get the best of me. But I will always resist. And I will do so without condemning myself every time it happens. And in the meantime, I will live. I will do all the things that I never allowed myself to do. Build friendships, go see the world, and go dancing. Even if the latter would be a rather amusing sight.
Don't forget sneaking around skyscrapers.
Yes. And that.
What about me? Am I part of your plans?
You are, if you want to be.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
That really means a lot to me, Saira. You know, I'm not sure I could have... why am I still talking?
No. I guess something happened? Good morning.
Hey, sorry I didn't wake you earlier. You seemed... exhausted.
I had good reason to be.
I guess so. I heard talking coming from upstairs, and I think it could be time to go back to the others. What do you say?
One more thing. How do you feel about all this? About us?
Good, I suppose. But truth be told, I'm also afraid. You know, to make a mistake. All of this, it's new to me, and it happened quickly. There you were, there were these feelings, and then this.
So this really is the first time you've been with someone? In a romantic sense?
The first time the other person felt the same way, yes. There was a girl once, when I was younger. A novice. Silva.
You like women too?
I guess so, yes. But honestly, I never thought much about the fact that Silva was a girl. These feelings, they were enough to deal with by themselves.
A novice? Is she a keeper now too?
No. It hurts me to say it, but she lacked the discipline for it. She's an adjutant to a priestess now, and I don't even know if she's still an Enderal.
And she didn't reciprocate your feelings, I take it?
Well, let's put it this way. I'd be surprised if she even knew I existed.
Ah,
This was before that farmer told everyone about my connection to that village. I was very introverted back then and preferred to spend most of my time alone. So, I was just like I am nowadays. Still, these feelings I had for her, they made me afraid. They were just there all of a sudden, and they seemed so intense and unreasonable. I couldn't control them, and that drove me crazy.
and how do you feel about what's happened, what's between us?
That's different. Between us, it was somehow slower. More like some sort of trust, some sort of affection, which grew with each passing day, especially through the talks we had.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, it isn't. I think if I had felt the same towards you as I did towards Silva, I would have done one thing. Backed off. Meditated. Killed these feelings bit by bit so that they couldn't gain control over me. The fact that it wasn't like that, it's what made all this possible. You know, Saira, you were there for me. You accepted me despite everything you knew about me. And honestly, until the very end, I thought that there had to be some catch to it. Some logical reason for your affection. I just couldn't imagine you did it because... well, you know. Anyway, to be honest, for once in my life, I don't want to think about my feelings too much. I'm just happy. And that's it.
So what's the plan from here on out?
I don't know. Hopefully one that includes the two of us being together. First, we have to put an end to the cycle, find the Numinos, light the beacon, and then... I can't imagine that this Quarak will just set sail and go back to Nerim once we've destroyed his vision of a higher existence for mankind, which essentially means war. But let's be honest, Saira. We can't win. Not against Nerim.
Maybe we should just flee once we've lit the beacon. This war isn't worth one of us dying.
I don't know if I could do that, Saira. That would be betraying all that I believe in. For now, I'd say that we should focus on getting rid of the High Ones first. Do you want to go upstairs now? The others will be waiting for us.
Alright, then let's go.
Good. I'd recommend a little clothing first, though.
Yeah.
I don't think the others would like this look as much as I do.
Yeah. Probably a good idea to get clothes on. I didn't even know that was possible in this game. I'm still wearing this stuff.
They probably just haven't seen us yet. Clouds, that's it.
Or the city's deserted. Looks like it to me.
Now quiet. He needs to concentrate.
Now, if it isn't our missing friends. It's good to see people finding common ground, even in these times.
I guess this is the Sky City. Or Sun City, or whatever it was.
No reason to be ashamed, Keeper. There was a time when I was young, too, believe it or not. We came across the first of these floating buildings about 3 hours ago.
No.
The Valley of 1,000 Clouds. That's what the starlings called it. But as you've noticed, it's a little too, well, quiet.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. You're just sliding backwards. What's Komai's take on this? He must be bursting with excitement.
He was at first, yes. But he's grown more distant the closer we've gotten. Let's just hope for the best.
And this massive tower in the middle, that's where we're going to look for the Numenos, isn't it?
Correct, yes. The Nexus Tower. By Malphus, it's a pity we don't have the time to explore this place more thoroughly. Just imagine how much history is hidden in each one of these stones. It's incredible. Maybe we can come back here one day, once we've stopped the cleansing.
This city doesn't look very lively. It's not supposed to be like this, is it?
No, not at all. But who knows? Maybe it's as the Starling says, and we'll be surprised.
So, what now?
Well, first of all, let us take a look at it up close. Then we'll see.
Still, no one. That must mean something, right?
He will find them. He will find them, and they will
Hey,
listen.
wait! By the righteous path. That's not good at all. Come on, we have to follow him.
He's got one real red eye.
My Malphus, this is so beautiful.
Beautiful, but deserted. So maybe the ancient fathers of the Starlings don't exist after all?
Let's not jump to conclusions, shall we? Somebody must have built this place, and somehow the maps which led us here have ended up in the hands of the Starlings. Ancient fathers or not, whoever was capable of creating something like this must also have known things. Let's just wait and see.
Father Uralai, Father Jotanax, Father Rajimon, he is here, and he has found you, just as your prophecy foretold. Now open the gates! Why don't you answer? Open the gates!
Oh my. I sense drama.
By the stars! Why do you punish him with silence? He found you. He fulfilled your prophecy. So let him inside. No. No, 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 no. This isn't happening. This isn't happening.
He's treating them like gods,
Yes.
but weren't they just people too?
Yes, he is here. He is sorry, Magistra. It was a mistake to come here. This place is dead.